for me. I just had to push her forward to buy some time. Hello, everybody. Confirm you can see me. You can see my face. I hope my face is not so blurry. Not so blurry. And yeah, thank you very much. Trying to settle in. I just traveled from one state to another, and I had to quickly settle in because I don't like to waste people's time, and I respect people's time because for me, time is life. Of course, you know the road now in Nigeria, but thank God that I was able to make it on time. So it is amazing, super amazing to have every one of you here on the call today, and I'm super excited to be facilitating this session today. So please feel free to put on your camera if you're not camera shy, and if you know you have a very good bandwidth. I would love to see as many faces as possible, because when I'm having this type of virtual meetings, I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself, or I'm talking to my computer, or I'm talking to some robot. You know, we are now in AI era. Anyone can just simply send their AI, hey, AI, please join this meeting on my behalf. And then I'll just be speaking and be making gestures, and I'll just be shouting and talking, not knowing I'm talking to one artificial intelligence. So please turn on your camera as much as you can. In this space, we're not shy, right? If you know you're in a good space. And thank you very much, Marvelous. Marvelous, thumbs up for you for putting on your camera. I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, so let me just call a few names that I can see on the call before we get into business. I believe you guys are all ready. I can see Ade Baju, Oluwaseye. I hope I pronounced that name correctly on the call. Hey, my very own Ademiju Oluwatosin, that is our lead for sales and marketing. Hi, Tosin, thank you for joining us today. I can see George on the call. Hello, George. Hi. Thank you for joining us. I can see Ita on the call. That is Akademo Ita. I can see Anene Ruth. Hi, Ruth. I can see Ayaru Joseph. Daniel Eck is on the call. Datafied Technologies is also on the call. Hello, Datafied. Edward is here. Emmanuel is here. There are two Emmanuels. I don't want to murder that name, so I'll just call the last name Emmanuel. I can Oh, so I have been muted talking to myself all this while. I hope you guys heard me right. Yeah, I can see Emmanuel, everybody is on the call, Shalom, Praise, Ramat, Raphael, Toyin boys on the call. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining today. Just like Tose has said, this is going to be a super, super amazing session, right? And if you know that you are on this call, I see some people on transit, I understand. Right, I understand, because maybe they're moving from one point. Of course, I was on transit just a few seconds ago. So if you know you really want to gain the skill that you're looking forward to gaining in this training, this is not the regular virtual trainings that people will come and be talking story. No. This is hands-on training, just like what Tosin said. You need your computer close to you, all right? Have it by your side, because as I am doing mine, you're expected to do yours. All right, so I will not be the only one facilitating this session all through the end. I will be facilitating alongside one of our very own Masai. I don't know if Masai is on the call. Masai, if you're on the call, just give me thumbs up. Have you joined? Let me see. Is Masai on the call? Nixon. Oh, I can see Nixon's hand. Yeah, Nixon. Can you just turn on your camera a bit and just say hello to everybody? Turn on your camera and you might just say hello.
It's coming up in a few.
Yeah, that's Nixon's voice. Hi, Nixon. Hello, Nixon. Just quickly, just give a short, brief introduction about yourself before we go further.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. My name is Wafula Nixon. I am so glad to join you to join this team, and I look forward to a wonderful engagement from now till the end. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nixon. So like I said earlier, Nixon is a part of Data Fight team, and he's from Nairobi, Kenya. So he's connecting from Kenya, right from Kenya. He'll be taking us through the visualization aspect, while I will take through the data collection and data cleaning and all of those. So we have a couple of seasoned data professionals that's going to be working through this. And I want to say a very big thank you to your faculty president, that is Olatunji. I hope that's his name. Yes, he thought through this whole training, and he felt like he has you guys in mind, saying that no, I think we should bring something that is very important and valuable to the students of this institution. And being a faculty member in Neva Open University, I do not want to leave my students behind, of course. I have to drag them on board. So please, there are some persons that are from Neva Open University on this call too. So when I mention Neva, I don't know if you've heard of Neva before. Can you give me a thumbs up? If you're not a Neva student, if you've heard of Neva Open University, give me a thumbs up. So Neva Open University is a private-owned university, the very first private-owned open university in Nigeria. And we are doing an amazing job here, amazing work, right? It's one of the universities that is leveraging powerfully on AI, not AI necessarily, on technology, in shifting the narrative of how education is being run in Africa at large. So I see you there. Hi, Galadimak, I see you. Thank you for joining. So having said all of these introduction, we can then go forward into, please let us laugh. It's good to laugh, right? I love to see people laugh. Please, people, turn on your camera. Let me see you laugh now. So it's good to laugh as I talk, that's also going to help me know that, yes, so people are following and they're excited about the session. Okay, if you have your computer, please, if you now go to the chat box. Oh, before I continue, I hope you are all comfortable using Google Meet for meetings like this. If you are comfortable using Google Meet for virtual calls like this, please go to the chat box and type, yes, I'm comfortable. Go to the chat box. I don't want to miss record of who is responding to my questions now. I would like to take note of the responses. So go to the chat box and say, yes, I'm comfortable. If you're not able to locate yourself on the chat box, it means you don't know how to use Google Meet. So I will have to show you how to do that. Yes, I'm comfortable. Yeah, Maro said he's comfortable. Raphael said they're comfortable. Beautiful Macaulay said yes. Anane Ruth said yes. Francis, yes. Beautiful. So I love this. So it means that a good number of us can navigate our way using Google Meet for virtual calls like this. Awesome. So that means the first part of the problem that we thought we would have has been solved. All right, so what I'll be doing next is I'll share my screen and show you some part of the things that you are all expected to have. If you registered for this training, so let me quickly just say something before we go further. We have decided to leave this call open for everyone this day one. From day 2 going forward, because this is supposed to be a 4-week training every Fridays and Saturdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. From day 2, which is tomorrow, Saturday, it is only going to be restricted to those people who have actually paid for the training. For now, there are people who have paid and those that are yet to make their payments. Of course, we are in Africa now, and there are a lot of people in Africa that's, what is that word for them again? Doubting Thomas. They doubt a lot because they saw the subsidized price, and they said this is too good to be true. It's not possible someone is paying this amount of money to learn all of these things that they have said they will teach them. Yes, this is one thing we love to do in Data Fight. We love to share knowledge. We love to impact. And in fact, we're going to make this training free. Or they say free things they touch belly. Now we make us say, oh yeah, pay small. Pay small so that you not be having running stomach. All right, so yes, now that's that about that. So if you actually filled a registration link that has the training and the logo, not the design of the training at the header of the Google form. If you filled that form, please go to the chat box and say yes again, because it's important that you filled the form before joining this call. Go to the chat box and say yes. There was a form that we shared out that everyone is expected to fill the form, and once you fill the form, automatically you should get an email. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, I will share my screen right away and show us what we are expected to have once the form was filled. Give me a minute. I'll share my screen very shortly. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I want to get to the email. I have a lot of mails in my box, so I just want to locate the very one that I'm interested in showing you all before I share my screen. Give me a minute. I'm still looking through it. Do I just do a search? Let me just do a search of registration confirmed for me. Okay, let me just do this. Let me just use this one. Okay, beautiful. Awesome. So I'm going to share my screen now. Once my screen is up, if you can see it, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, please. My screen is up. If you can see my, oh, what have I done? What have I done? Registration confirmed. Registration confirmed. Let's do this again. Okay. So if you can see my screen, give me thumbs up. Is my screen up? Okay, yeah, my screen is up now. If you can see my screen, please give me thumbs up. Okay. Now, once you fill the form I mentioned earlier, automatically you should get this email that says registration confirmed. This one is from one Solomon Ehiriem Mehe. These names are very difficult to pronounce. Please bear with me if I have murdered the name. And it has a detail about the details about the training. Thank you for registering for the data analytics business intelligence with Google tools. We're excited to have you join us this transformative 4-week journey, right? And it goes on and on. I'm going to show you the important parts of this particular email that you must have received. Now, it has a detail, the training schedule as seen on my screen. And then you also have you're going to be saying, you're going to like already we are on the call. You see, we're using Google Meet for the call. But this, like I said again, this very link, this Meet that we're using is open to all. So those of you in Liverpool University can also share it with your space for people to join. So everybody is welcome for today's session, so they see and have a taste of what this looks like. And for those who are still skeptical about making the payment or not. And here is a very important note from the email. Please mark your calendar because every Friday and Saturday for the next 4 weeks, we'll have this meeting go on, and it's important to have consistent, you have a consistent attendance. Now, what you will need to bring, you need a laptop fully charged and working in working condition. You need to have an active Google account, which I believe everybody must have done before now. You need to have active internet access. If you don't have one, you won't be on the call right now. You need to have a notebook and a pen to take notes of what you'll be learning today. And very importantly, enthusiasm. You have to be ready to learn and collaborate. Okay, so we welcome a lot of questions. If you have any questions at any point, please do not be shy to ask your questions. Now, we have pre-training resources. You're meant to download these materials before today's session. You're meant to download the training curriculum, workshop, database, and the students handout. So these are the 4 resources that everyone on this call is expected to have downloaded before now. Okay, so if you have downloaded all of these, I would like you to give me thumbs up. If you have them downloaded or you have them stored in your drive, give me thumbs up. All right, very good. Thank you very much for the reactions. Then action required, you're expected to download all of those, and then you have the just summary of what you have filled in the form and so on and so forth. Now, these are the different files you expected to have before today. So again, if you're just joining us and you do not have all of these that I have listed out, Tosin Toyibo and Oluwatosin will share the Google link on this chat. So you have those materials. Once you fill the link, automatically it will you would receive that automatic message as said earlier. If you understand everything I have said so far, so good, I'd like to see a thumbs up from you, please. If you understand everything I've said so far, so good, give me thumbs up, please. Give me a reaction. Okay, thank you. Tosin just shared the link to the form. If you're yet to fill the form, please do so now. You have an opportunity to do so, so you are able to, get us tag along in the training. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So that's it. That's it. That's it. Let's get into business now. Let's get into business now. Yeah, I'll stop sharing my screen and then do a little talk before we go into the practical session. Okay. Yes, like we said, if you check the curriculum that was given to you, we are going to start by talking about we'll talk about, I think I should just give you an outline of what we're looking at. Introduction to data analytics. Why is it, or what data analytics is and why it matters. And then we'll also look at the data analytics workflow, and we'll look at introduction to Google Space or Google Workspace, and then we'll take some hands-on data set practice in data collection, cleaning, and all of those. So to start off with the first section of what I want to talk about today, I would like to share a slide, share a screen again to go over that very introductory part. But before I do that, I want to get the experience of everybody on this call as regards spreadsheet. So if you have used any spreadsheet before now, when I say spreadsheet, it could be Microsoft Excel, it could be Google Sheets or Calculate. If you have used anyone, please go to the chat and type the name of the spreadsheet package you have used before now. And if you haven't used a spreadsheet before, just type, I haven't used one before. If you have used anyone, if you have used Microsoft Excel before, type Microsoft Excel in the chat. If you've used Google Sheet before now, type Google Sheet on the chat. If you haven't used anyone, type I haven't used any, right? And I just want to know how many of us have used any of these sheets before, and then we'll look at the capacity at which you have used the sheets, and then we'll share some other interesting things about spreadsheets. Okay, I can see a lot of people have used Microsoft Excel. Somebody says Google Sheets. I haven't. Somebody has not used any one of them. Microsoft Excel, I have used one before, or I haven't used one before. Microsoft Excel, you haven't used anyone before. Microsoft Excel, Basic, haven't used before. Okay. Okay, Justin, please be on standby. Some persons are trying to join. Kindly help me admit them as they're trying to join so they don't stay so long on the waiting room. I don't want to be coming here meeting them as so that I can focus on the presentation. Justin, hope you heard me right. Okay. Yeah. Today is Friday, the 17th of. I think we are seeing the month of April, right? All right. A screen will come up now. This is the point where you have to pay attention, and I will also ask a few questions from some persons, and we note down some theory. Of course, in as much as we want to go into some practical aspects of this training, we also would like to touch on the elementary theoretical aspects so that once we get into the practical aspects, people can easily follow through with what we are talking about. I want to start with introduction to data analytics, and I have a couple of learning objectives that we hope we cover, maybe not all, but we'll touch on the important ones that pertains to this training. My first objective is to describe the basics of data analytics, including the types, the benefits, and a step-by-step process for extracting useful insights from data. Before I share the second objective, the goal for this training is that by the end, the participants would be confident enough to begin to collect data, perform data cleaning and data manipulation, and comfortably create visualizations using all of this on Google Workspace. And this will help you in your academics work and outside your academics work. Some persons who will take it further after these 4 weeks of training who pick interest in going further from 4 to 6 months from now should be able to earn good money from the skill that they are about to learn. So data is something that is very timely with the rapid growth of AI in every sector. So is the growth of data professionals. And you cannot, AI cannot exist without data. So if you want to really understand how AI is being used or AI produces its outputs, then I think you have to be grounded in data. Also, my second objective is to recognize, by the end, you should be able to recognize different data sources, data types, tools, and technologies used in data analytics. I just remembered I was supposed to send this link to somebody. Please just give me a minute to do that before I continue. All right, this is the second objective. And the third, at the end, you should be able to acknowledge the significance of data privacy and security in data analytics, along with some key regulations. Finally, we would understand the different career path in data analytics and identify emerging trends and technologies in the data industry. So let me just sample opinions of some persons here. Adetutu's hand is up. Hi, Adetutu, do you have a question for us?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Hello.
I wanted to confirm if the class is being recorded.
Sure, it's being recorded, I believe. Tosin, Tosin, please confirm that it's being recorded. Good, thank you. So I would like to sample your opinion, just 1 or 2 persons. I want to strongly believe that everybody on this call must have heard about data analytics before today or before the announcement of this training. So from your own understanding, don't give me, I'm not expecting a professional definition of this. And please don't try to use any AI models to answer this question. Don't use Google search engine. Don't use Yahoo search engine. I want it to just come from the natural mind, all right? What do you think data analytics is? From the little you've read from Instagram, from YouTube, the videos you've seen, from whatever platform, I believe that you must have heard about data analytics. I want to know, what do you think is data analytics from your own perspective and your understanding? Do not, please, I know that a lot of people are fond of using, anytime you just see a question, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, please, I beg you, in the name of God, I'll call on 1 or 2 persons' name. Kindly unmute your mic, if possible, put on your camera, let me see, let me put a face to the person that will be speaking with me. So the first name I would like to call on here is Ruth. I'm calling on Ruth because that's my elder sister's name, Anene Ruth. Anene Ruth, please, can you tell us, what do you understand, in your understanding? Like I said, now it mustn't be professional definition of data analytics. So what do you understand about data analytics? Ruth.
Good evening, sir.
Hello,
To
good
my
evening.
own understanding, data analysis is like the collection of data and then analyzing that data to solve problems, or it can aid in decision making.
Beautiful. Please, can we give Ruth a resounding virtual hand of round of applause, please? Thank you very much. That is absolutely correct. Even from her own understanding, by understanding, she also gave a very, very accurate, definition for data analytics. Let me call on a guy now. I believe Francis Mowell should be a guy. Francis Mowell, in your understanding, please, can you tell us what you understand by data analytics? You saw how Ruth turned on her camera and unmuted herself. I also love you to do same if you're in a very conducive environment. Francis, are you there? Guys, you see what I just said earlier. Turn on your camera so that it shouldn't be that it's your AI that have joined. Oh, just joined. I'm lost. And don't worry, Francis. You don't have to be lost. We'll all find you. So this is the question. We are just starting actually, so you're not late. We just want to sample different person's opinion about what data analytics is. I know that you must have heard the word data analytics before now, or maybe data analysis, if that's what you have heard before. Can you tell us your understanding? We're not looking for a professional definition. We just want to understand what you know. What do you know about data analytics, Francis? I'd like you to unmute yourself as well as your camera turned on if possible. Hello, Francis. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Basically, what I know about data analytics is like taking raw data to turn it into something useful. That's what I know.
Beautiful. I love the way he put it. It was very simple, very straightforward. And please, can we give him a virtual round of applause? Thank you very much, Francis. That's absolutely correct. Like, you don't have to give me one data dictionary or AI dictionary or LinkedIn definition. You know how you guys used to go to LinkedIn? Oh, I am a lawyer. That is who you are. On LinkedIn now, you have to put one big episode trying to describe that you're a lawyer. So Francis just kept it very short and simple in the reality. Thank you very much, Francis. So that's what it is. What Ruth and Francis said is exactly what data analytics is. Now, I have a very short definition here. Data analytics examines and interprets huge databases, it could be data sets, to dictate patterns, draw conclusions, and make informed decisions. The end goal of any data analytics process or exercise is to make informed decision. I'll give you a very simple example. One of the tasks we usually give our interns when they join Datafied Technologies for their internship is go and analyze your 5 years financial statement. So go to your bank, either you walk into the physical bank, request for your statement for the past 5 years, or you go into your mobile app, download your financial statement for the past 5 years, analyze that financial statement, and tell yourself, because financial statement is supposed to be a private thing to a large extent. Do you agree with me? I don't want to know what you have been using your money for, of course. So do that analysis and tell yourself or answer some fundamental questions from the analysis you've done. What has been taking my money? Or what is that thing that I've been spending my money on the most? From what source have I made or earned over the past 5 years? In which year did I earn the most? Do you understand? So those questions, these are some critical questions ask yourself, now I'm giving you this personal scenario that will change the way you spend money. Now, this I just said like trivially. If you can do it by the end of this training with what you learned, if you go analyze your financial statements, and if you're a wise person, it will save you from waste. So many people, you just get money and you spend, you don't know what is taking your money, you don't know how the money is going, but you just know the money comes and it goes. But once you sit down as an analyst, you analyze it, it will change the way you spend. And what is that? That is, it will help you begin to make informed decisions. You have collected data, you analyze it using some tools, then it will then give you clearer picture into your historic activities, and that will help you begin to make informed decisions. This is what data analysis is all about. That is exactly what it's all about. So most times in the academic settings, what you do at your final year, when, especially for those guys that are in physical sciences, or not necessarily physical sciences, because most engineering and physical sciences guys, they're expected to design and implement some things. Or if they're in social sciences, you notice that you would have to always do some form of analysis. And that's what's usually take the bulk of the bulk of chapter 4, right? That analysis you're performing is called data analysis, or sometimes statistical analysis. But here is data analytics. Analytics is the broader view of the processes involved in collecting data and making informed decisions. While performing analytics, you also do analysis in analytics. I don't know if I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, give me thumbs up. So let's break this concept down so that when we go into the practical aspects, by the time we start mentioning them one by one, you know what we are talking about. And as I'm speaking, hello everyone, everybody on this call is expected to be students, right? As I am speaking, I want you to begin to imagine, if you're in the final year already, imagine how you run your analysis. So if you're having the mind of giving out the analysis before to someone to run for you, so start to change your mindset and say, oh, this is how I want to get my data, and this is how I'm going to analyze it to get my, to make informed decision, because this is what will help you stand out, especially once you are done from that undergraduate level. But most people that you meet out there, they are not so confident in whatever they studied, not just because they don't know it, but because they've outsourced so many things that they're supposed to have done for themselves. So one of the things you learn here is how to run your analysis yourself. All right. Now that is data analytics. Data analytics, there are about 4 types. I'll quickly run through them, and then we'll jump into the practical aspects. Now we have what is known as descriptive analytics. Top summary of what descriptive analytics is all about. It is about collecting historic data and creating visualizations, different charts, bar charts, column charts, line graph, gauge charts, scatter plot. You're doing all of those creation of charts to understand what has happened in the past and to answer the question, what? So I have, like the example I cited earlier, your financial statement. I have this financial statement. What was eating up the most part of my money? The what? So whenever you want to answer the question, what the type of analytics that you're going to be performing is called descriptive analytics. For those of us who are in statistics, you know that we have an aspect of statistics that is called descriptive statistics. We have inferential. Is anybody in statistics here? Statistics department or economics department or mathematics? Anybody? Any of such persons here on the call? Nobody. Oh my God. So I don't have my people here. So I am the only one standing. I'm standing alone. Okay. So in statistics, we have what is called descriptive statistics, as well as in analytics, we have, data analytics, we have descriptive data analytics. Let me say it again. It is the aspect of analytics that collects historic data when I say historic data, I mean data of things that have happened in the past. You collect the data. Example that everybody on this call can relate with is your financial statement. All right, your financial statement is historic data. When you collect that data, you then begin to, when you're trying to answer the question, what did I spend my money on? Which, what? But when you performing the analytics, mostly you're going to be using visuals, visualization, different charts that you create and then put them together as a collection in one space, which is referred to as dashboard. So for this training, we will focus on descriptive analytics. Am I communicating? If you can see here, can you give me a reaction? I just want to confirm that everyone can see here. I can only see Ruth's face. I think by the end of today's session, I'm going to give Ruth a gift for keeping her camera on. Or is there another person's camera on that I'm not seeing here? So Ruth, you have a gift from me because it's like I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm just looking at your faces. Every other person, I can't see their faces. All right. So that is what descriptive analytics is. If you have a question at any point, please raise hand. Just do palm. I will hear the sound from palm, and I will give you opportunity to ask. Again, like I said, this is what we will focus on these 4 weeks of the training we'll be running here. Next, we have diagnostic analytics. For diagnostic analytics, what you'll be doing here as an analyst is attempting to answer the question, why? So it goes beyond just describing past events. Now, it aims to understand the reasons behind the patterns. All right, you've collected historic data, yes. You've presented in a chart, beautiful. You now saw like a line trend or a line chart of the past events. And in that line chart, there was a spike somewhere. When you look at that spike, you drill down, you zoom in, and then start asking the question, why is there a spike here? Now, the attempt to answer that question, why, will not keep you on the surface. It will make you go deeper into your data, begin to do some more exploration. Now, that act is called diagnostic analytics. You're trying to diagnose, just like what doctors do, they diagnose, is that the right word? Patients. Please, I'm not an English person. I read mathematics in the university. So if I speak rubbish here, just laugh and keep quiet. Okay, just laugh small and keep quiet because if it's mathematics by hand, I can begin to blast mathematics, but English is a borrowed language for me. Okay, let's continue. So that is what diagnostic analysis is all about. Okay, just to answer the question, why? And then the third one is called predictive analytics. Predictive analytics. So this is a type of analytics that involves using data, statistical algorithms, and machine learning techniques to identify the likelihood of future outcomes. In fact, everything, just as the word implies, predictive analytics it's kind of an analytics that helps people to predict, tell you what's going to happen in the near future using some machine learning models. All right. So people who go into this type of analytics, they do not stop at learning basic skills like visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau, Looker Studio, Google Sheets, spreadsheets. They go deep into mathematics. In fact, this and the next one is what I do for a living. As a data scientist and a machine learning engineer, I do a lot of predictive analytics and I do a lot of prescriptive analytics. And why am I able to do this? That's because I am very much grounded in statistics. I can begin to tell you so much statistical algorithms and different distribution statistics. I am well grounded in mathematics, linear algebra, and the likes of them. And then I have now become very grounded in using some analytical tools like Python and R. Those are the things you need to learn to get into this predictive analytics space. In general, they call those people data scientists, while people who focus on descriptive and diagnostic, they are referred to as data analysts. Am I making sense, guys? Whenever you hear data analyst, Those are people who they are professionals in getting historic data, creating charts, and making you understand what has happened in the past. So they specialize in the past. Analytics. So the prescriptive analytics is the type of analytics that involves using data, the same data, statistical algorithms, and machine learning techniques to identify the best course of action. Now, I do not just want to I don't want to only predict, but I want to be able to tell you, oh, this in 2027 in your business, from the historic data that I've analyzed and trained machine learning model, you will make 15 million naira by the end of 2027. That is just predicted, right? Yes, now it's possible. I don't want to stop there. I want to tell you what path, the path to take in your business for you to have that outcome. That is what prescriptive is all about. Give you the right path to take to have the outcome that are predicted earlier. Does that make sense, guys? So again, like I said, for prescriptive and predictive, these guys are more of data scientists, while descriptive and diagnostic are more of data analysts. And why is data analytics so important? We should know. I'll just give you just a few of them before we go into the practice session. Number one, data analytics is important. We've all said it because it will help you make improved decisions. It helps in improving decision making for individuals, for businesses, for organizations, whatever, any business. Even if you are running a business right now as a student in school, which I did while I was in school, I started doing some small business then. No matter how small the business is, if you can implement what you will learn over the next 4 weeks, your business will never remain the same. If you diligently, it will definitely help you begin to make improved decisions. Next, it helps you. It will help you understand or better have better customer insights as business owner, someone who runs business, or somebody who is performing analytics for organizations or businesses. You would have better customer insight with your data analytics skill. All right. And we did that with this training. Before the training commenced, or while we were still preparing for the training, we created a form. We knew that NSE had already, or FUPRE had already created a form, registration form for the student, and they shared and the student filled that form. But we asked the executives, do you guys collect some data to help us understand the participants for this training? And they said no. That was the reason why we had to create another form that is very robust, about 8 to 9 sessions or sections that you guys filled. Now, if you notice, there are some intentional questions that was added on that form. That is because we want to have better insights of people here. I don't know if I'm making sense. Am I communicating? So we want to have better insight of people here. So as little or as trivial as this training and getting those information from you, as trivial as it may sound, it is very, very important that we understand the kind of people that we join this training so we can better serve them. Because of course you're going to pay for this, or you paid for this. So you have to get the value for your money. And for me to give you value for your money, I should understand something little about you regarding what I'm willing or what I am going to offer. Does that make sense, guys? So the form that you filled is very intentional. It was a very intentional act. We didn't just send out the form because we love to create Google Forms. No, we sent out the form to collect important data that will help us make informed decisions, having understood the customers that we're going to serve. Does that make sense? Then next, another importance, increased efficiency and productivity. Efficiency. Now, I will give this again with the example of this training. Like I said at the beginning, once you fill the Google form, you get an automatic email sent to you. Before the knowledge of what we did in the back end, we would have waited for people to fill a form. When they fill the form, you now go to the form and then take it, copy all the responses into a sheet. Then we'll check what are their email addresses, and then we'll go to the email and begin to send that message one by one. And before you get a message, maybe it will take like 2 weeks later, or let's say one day, 2 days, 3 days, depending on when you fill the form. We'll be doing it one by one, and then we'll stress out my team. My team will be stressed out, including myself. I'll say, okay, Tosin, and now we have 300 people that have filled the form. Okay, Tosin, take 100 people. Oluwatosin, you take 120 people. Masai, mixing, you take let's say 50 people. Me, I will take 60 people. I will start copying the number. That is going to be God, annoying. It's annoyingly stressful. But with data analytics skills, we put things in place such that as soon as you fill the form, automatically the message comes to you. We are sleeping while our automation is working. It is because of the data analytics skill that we have as a company. That is why we're able to increase the efficiency and productivity, because that would have taken a lot of our time. Now, when you learn this skill, what we're going to teach you for the next 4 weeks, it will help you. Like you are going to be, you'll be a different person, except you don't take this training for seriously. When we give you the assignment to do, if you don't do it and you don't join the live sessions, that is when you won't get value for your money. But if you join these sessions from today to the end, take my word for it, you will become a different person. The way you think, the way you coordinate yourself, even down to your lectures, it will be different. So as a data professional, it will increase, one of the importance of data analysis, it increases your efficiency and productivity. And that is showing in even my own personal life, even my workplace. There are tasks that they will be given to everybody before few minutes, I'm done. And that's the reason why I am able to combine my lecturing job with managing people in the refined. By the way, I also lecture in other universities. I am combining so many things at the same time, of course, because in the world that we are in right now, we have to look for ways to get multiple streams of income. And that is why as a student now, you have to take this training seriously. Don't go and say, okay, I'm going to finish and my father will find me a job. And so what? You got a job in federal government, even if it's a Shell, even if it's one high-paying company. Yes, that pay you have gotten a job in Shell, and so what? You think that the money they will pay you, they will sustain you? No, it will not sustain you. You can bet me, it will not sustain you. You need multiple streams. So you need to learn this skill. You never can tell what you will get at the end of the day if you take this very seriously. Now, next, there are a lot of examples of businesses and companies that uses data to make informed decisions on a daily basis. If I just mention a few of them: Amazon, Netflix, LinkedIn, DataFire as a company, Facebook. So these organizations and companies, they use data on a daily basis, on day-to-day basis to collect data. Having said this, I think I just want to mention a few things, just one more thing, data analytics processes, and then the tool, then we'll go into the practice. So please, this is another very important aspect I want to touch on. Please take note of this aspect, data analytics processes, because we will go over these processes as we run through the training from today till the end. What's the first thing you do as a data analyst? You want to ask a question. So as a data analyst, you have to be very curious. You have to, that's where curiosity mindset that you had as a baby should come back to life. So the first step to take to identify why you're even conducting any analysis in the first place is to ask what question or what challenge you hope to solve. All right. So you ask questions. That's the first thing. Now, with the question in mind, The next thing is to get the data. You've asked questions, right? The next step is to get the data. So with the clear question in mind, you are ready to start collecting your data. The types of questions, the nature of questions you have determine the type of data sets to be collected. Well, sometimes when you're working for an organization, say you are a staff in data file, most times we will provide the data because it's the company's data. As the analyst, the business have an objective. So we will give you an objective and a data. And then it is left to you as the data analyst to craft out some questions that provided data set can answer. I mean, the data set that has been provided to you can answer. But if you want to start an analysis from scratch, you're not working for anybody, or say you're working for somebody, but they have an objective in mind, before you collect your data, ask questions, then get data. Then the next step, once you've gotten your data, the next step is to prepare the data. Once you've collected your data, you need to get it ready for analysis. And this means thorough cleaning of your data set. The other day, I mentioned cleaning to some set of students, and they were like, what do you mean clean? Doesn't mean data set is dirty. Do I have to buy a hypo, buy some soap, and begin to wash, or throw my data set into a washing machine? I said, no, nah, bro, no, nah. No, nah. That's what it means. Well, of course, literally, that's not what it means. But intuitively, English people, please, oh, I want to go and use other word now. That has passed my power. Intuitively, yes, that is what it means. It means you have to go and get your hypo and pour it inside washing machine and begin to wash your data. Okay, so because data in the practical sense, it will always come in a dirty format. So what do I mean by dirty format? Inconsistencies will most likely be seen in your data, especially if that data set was collected using a data collection tool that was designed by a non-data professional. I have seen that a lot of times. That for a particular business will call on us and say, oh, please help us structure our data set. When we look at their data set, my God, it's going to be dirty. I'll give an example. There's a particular salon that we built a data solution for end-to-end. That salon, they had different services that they offer, because they had I think they have the male salon, the female salon, they do pedicure and all of those things. Now, under the male salon, there are different hairstyles that they cut. There is a gentleman hairstyle, there is a blah blah blah, all of those. Now, the gentleman hairstyle, the word gentleman hairstyle is one type of service, right? But when we went through the data set, we had almost say 15 to 20 something, 15 to 24 different variants of gentlemen. The gentle, sometimes they write it to small g, small gentle men. Then the other one you see capital gentle men. Then the other one you see gentleman hairstyle. Then the other one you just see gentle. Then in fact there were different variants of gentlemen. That is what we do by data and dirty data. Is inconsistent. So by the time you do a chart of different services rendered, that single gentleman hairstyle, you will see a lot of it, which gives you false information about the data, because it's supposed to be just one. Have I been able to explain what dirty data looks like? That is just an instance now. And that example again, you give somebody data set to fill gender, male or female. Some people will put N. Some will write male in full. Some will put female. Some will put F. Some will put female with small f, female. Some will put female with capital F. Some will write male in capital. Those are inconsistencies. That is dirty data. When you ask people to put in dates, for instance, some persons will put 17/4/2026. Somebody will put 17-4-26. In fact, that is dirty data. So if a non-data professional builds a data collection tool, that is what is most likely going to happen. But thank God, you are going to learn how to build such collection tools on this call. So if you have any reason to collect data, of course you must have, especially those of you who will run some analysis in your project, you would need to build some digital tools to collect the data. It could be survey, hard copy survey or soft copy. After this training, you learn how to structure those surveys together properly. And even when filling the form for this training, you will notice that you don't have all the flexibility to put in anything you want to put in. We have given you what is known as data validation and restriction to help us collect clean data and not put us into that space of trying to clean the data. So that's what basic data is all about. I believe I've been able to explain the idea of basic data. Now, once you are done with cleaning your data, the next thing is explore the data. Data exploration. What does this process involve? It involves diving into the data set to uncover the patterns, the trends, the insights that can help you understand the data better and extract valuable information. You want to know, does this data follow normal distribution, or is it Poisson distribution or hypergeometric distribution? Are there outliers in this data set? How do I, all of those things, you will get those answers when you are exploring your data set. That's what's called data exploration phase. After data exploration, the next one is analyze the data. This is when you now perform the actual analysis. It could be the descriptive analysis, diagnostic analysis, predictive analysis, or prescriptive analysis. That is what you do. So now this is going to depend on the question and the kind of data you have. The analysis to perform depends on the questions you have asked at the first stage and the kind of data you have. And then finally, you communicate your results. Depending on the type of analysis you've conducted, you have to present your findings in a way that others would understand. It could be publish it to the general public. It could be have a session like this and they begin to explain your findings to stakeholders. It could be anything. That is the last phase of your data. Call in the chat box, exactly the way I've done it in the chat box. The first to send me their answer will get a gift from me. Let me know who is paying attention. I will give you a gift. T and C apply. If you are able to send the correct answer based on the different things that we've mentioned with a dash, let's see the fastest finger, the person that can type very fast, and the person that has been listening since we started. Go to the chat box and tell me in that order, in the order at which I have said I mentioned them. Who is sending me step one? I just used step 1, 2, 3 as an example. Give me the exact processes. Don't go and give me step 1. Ramat, don't give me step 1. Give me the exact processes. Okay, I can see Ruth. Beautiful. The first answer that came in was Ruth's answer. Ruth said, ask a question, get the data, prepare the data, explore the data, analyze the data. Wow, this is splendid. Please keep sending in your answer. Well done, keep sending your answer. I can see.
So it's not Ruth, it's mine that came first.
Who is unmuting their mic? Was that a mistake? Maybe that was a mistake. So please, if you want to speak, just raise your hand. I will allow you to unmute your mic. Don't speak without unmuting yourself. Phone don't hang. Fuck up. Praise. Praise, sorry. Praise phone has messed him up. Sorry about that, Praise. Okay, I can see Emmanuel's anybody's answer. Get data, prepare the data, explore. Anybody, Emmanuel has not been flowing. Emmanuel has missed one step. Emmanuel has missed one step. Let me see. Shalom's answer. Ask a question. Beautiful. Get the data, prepare the data for analysis. explore the data, analyze. This is awesome. This is superb. Well done. Please, I want you all to give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves virtual round of applause. Beautiful. Daniel's hand is up. Yeah, Daniel, go ahead. You want to ask a question? Yeah, Daniel, your hand is up. Do you have a question for me?
Sorry, it's not a question, sir. It's my answer that came first. It's not roots. It's mine.
Sorry. Oh, your answer came first, not Ruth's. Let me check. No, it was Ruth's answer that came in first. Though. The evidence is there now. It's on the chart. The evidence is on the chart. So I can see Ruth's answer first. Then yours came in next. Your answer came in next. Then before Francis answered. So for Ruth, well done and congratulations to you. I'm going to give you 1,000 naira airtime. I know it's small, but it is a gift. So a gift should be appreciated, no matter how small it is. So I'll give Ruth 1,000 naira airtime of the network that she prefers at the end of this training. Please, Ruth, don't worry. I'm going to reach out to you to know how to send the data to you. Congratulations to you, Ruth. I am happy that you're the one that won this because you are the only one that can see your face. And I can see that you've been paying attention, and I'm super excited about this. All right, so guys, let's talk about the tools for data analytics before. No, I don't talk about the sources. I don't talk about this. I'll talk about tools so that we can move into the practice because I really want to talk about the practical aspects. Data. Should I talk about data types? No, we'll talk about data types. Then we'll start the training. Now let's talk about overview of data analytics tools quickly. The overview of data analytics tools. For one, now I have not listed these tools in any particular order. All right, I just put them there randomly. So as a data professional or as you're getting into data space, these are the fundamental tools you should learn. SQL. SQL stands for server, what's it called again? Structured query language. Structured query language. It allows you to communicate with databases. Remember I said that the first step in data analytics process is ask a question, right? The second step is get the data. In the industry, yeah, most times, businesses, not most times, almost all businesses that intentionally collect data, they store it in a location called database. As a data professional or a data analyst in that company, once a question is presented to you to answer using the company's data, it is your duty to get the data from the database. And the way to communicate with the database is with this language called structured query language. So as a data professional, it is very, very important that you know how to communicate with databases by learning the language called SQL. Then we have spreadsheets. The XCS stands for spreadsheet. Spreadsheet can be Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. These are the two very, very common spreadsheets out there. Any company you hear or you see, they either use Microsoft Excel or they use Google Sheets. There are other spreadsheet packages, but these are the two ones that are very common. So we're going to learn how to use Google Sheets in this training, which means that we're covered. 3, Power BI, or let me call it, say, data visualization tool. So this logo is for Power BI. Power BI is a data visualization tool. It allows you to create visualization or reports and dashboards for people to have a sense of what has happened with the data set they've gathered so far. Now, it is not only Power BI that is the only common data visualization tool. We also have Google Looker Studio, which is what we are going to learn in this training. And we'll have Tableau. Tableau is another one that is also common. So you should know how to use any of these 3 tools. Now, the good thing is that once you learn one, you can transfer the knowledge to another. It is called Power BI. B for ball, I for ink. So the BI there stands for business intelligence. Power Business Intelligence, but most times Microsoft decides to call it Power BI. So Power BI is one of the Microsoft products. So it is called Microsoft Power BI. And then we have Python. When you want to get into a higher level of being able to programmatically run data analysis, that is when you need to learn Python. But Python should come in when you want to begin to go advanced. So at the initial stage, these three tools, SQL, spreadsheet, data visualization tool, they are very important that any data professional must know how to use those tools. The three of them, not just one out of three, or the three of them, you must know how to use the three of them. SQL, spreadsheet. I know why I'm intentionally saying spreadsheet. I am not saying Excel or Google Sheets. Anyone wants to learn Google Sheets, you can transfer the knowledge to Excel. Wants to learn Microsoft Excel, you can transfer the knowledge to Google Sheets. They are very similar, but they have their differences. They have their strengths and weaknesses. We will touch on those strengths and weaknesses as we start the practical training. And then back to Python. So Python is the programming language that is used by data analysts, data scientists, data engineers for data tasks. Of course, it is a general purpose programming language. When I say general purpose, it means it is not only used by data professionals, it is used by front-end developers, back-end developers, full-stack engineer, DevOps, and the likes of them. It is used for web development, it is used for app creation, it is used for machine learning, it is used for AI. Python is just too sweet. And that's the reason why I fell in love with Python some 10, 15 years ago. And then we have R. R is another important tool that is used in data space. In the early days of R, it was meant for statistical analysis. When R was built in the early days, it was meant for majorly statistical analysis. But as time goes by, it was improved on to do so many things that Python can also do. So some people are very proficient with R, while some are proficient with Python. So I prefer Python. I use both, but my preference will always be Python. All right. Some other persons who have been using R again and again, their preference will be R, but they are very similar. They perform the same tasks. So I didn't learn R like I learned Python, but my knowledge in Python was able to get me started using R. If you understand what I just said, please give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up. Ruth, after winning my money now, you now put off your camera, or is it that she went down or what? Ruth, you know I said
network problem.
Is what? Network problem. Okay.
Network problem.
I want to remind you that I said C&C applied. You know this Nigerian advert that they will not give you one. They will not say C&C applied. You never ask me what is that C&C. That is terms and condition. Okay. So if you don't meet up my terms and condition, I will just retrieve the gift I have promised you. That is by the way. All right. So that is enough with the theory. Like I'm just so I just want to go into the practice. So that's enough with the theory. I want to just give few minutes for questions. If there are any from anybody, I'll be happy to take them before we jump into the practical. There are still a lot of things I intend to talk about, but we'll begin to talk about them as we go into the practical. Are there questions? Questions. Going 2, going 3, gone. Thank you. Please give me a round of applause. That means I've done a fantastic job for being able to explain to everybody without confusion what is the R icon. So yeah, Maro Jaswil, that's a good question. So R there is I'm not sure if there is a full meaning of R or there's any full meaning of what is the full meaning of R in R Studio or something. So I'm not sure if there's a full meaning, but it's just R. Let me see if there's any response from my search here. The R in R Studio and R programming itself does not stand for a formal phrase, like I said, or a technical acronym. Instead, it refers to the first initials of its two creators, Rose Ihaka and Robert Gentleman. So the R there doesn't have any acronym, like it's not just a letter that represents something. But the two creators, their first names start with RR. You just use it for R. Is it a programming language? Or no, it's a programming language, Francis. Like I said earlier, maybe you didn't get that part. I said R and Python, they are very similar programming languages. They are being used for data analysis. In the early stage of R, it was built for statistical analysis in the early stage. But now, R has as much capacity as Python does. Do you understand? So if you know how to code in Python, you can transfer that knowledge to R. And I gave an example of myself. I didn't learn R from scratch the way I learned Python from scratch. I started using Python to a very good level when I got introduced to R, and I just transferred the knowledge. I just learned in a few syntax of R, and I could code using R. So it's a programming language, okay, that is meant for statistical analysis and now for data science and machine learning tasks. Beautiful. Okay, so I didn't see the hands you guys gave me earlier. I was distracted. So please give me another hand. Please give me a round of applause for doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Rama. Thank you, Aditi too. Thank you, everybody. Now let's get into business. Let's get into business. From my curriculum, let me check I have my guide also. We are meant to, we are meant to, the focus for this training is to go into Google Workspace. So I will introduce us to Google Workspace very shortly, and I'll share my screen as I do that. And while we do that, I want everybody who's on this call to ensure. So there are two things. It is either you have joined this particular meeting with your phone and you have your phone close to you. You put your phone in a landscape format so that everything I'm saying and I'm doing on my screen, I'm saying it. Okay? Or okay, why did I say that? So you have your phone, then you have your laptop just right in front of you. So that as I'm doing you are watching me from your phone and replicating whatever I'm doing on your own laptop. That is one option. Or you have joined this meeting on your laptop, and then you want to use the same laptop to demonstrate whatever that is being done. But if you just want to pay attention to everything you are doing and maybe go back to the recording so that you don't get distracted, you can still do that because we're recording this session. So you can go back to the recording and begin to implement everything we're doing. But if you want to follow along with me, it is fine. Now, let's get to Google Workspace. So our interest or our focus for this training leads us to a lot of tools, but we're going to stick with a particular space, which is called Google Workspace. So I believe everybody on this call, everyone here have their email address, Gmail account. So I'm sharing my Google Chrome now, Google Chrome for my Google account. And this is the page I just did the quick search of what is the meaning of R in RStudio, and then this is the result I got. When you open Google, so I would strongly recommend that we use Google Chrome for everything we're going to do for this training, because we want to get introduced to some tools in Google Workspace. So please use Google Chrome, okay? That's my recommendation. Don't use Microsoft Edge. Don't use Safari. Don't use Mozilla Firefox. Don't use any other browser, but use Google Chrome. That is my recommendation for you, okay? Because we are using Google tools. Now, I have opened a tab or a window in Google Chrome. Now, once you do this, the first thing you see, the first thing that Google does, or what Google was known for, was known for search engine. If you want to search, like what AI does now, you go to any AI tool and then you search for what is XYZ. AI gives you the list of that. That was what Google was meant for initially at its early stage. But later on, they added other things like Gmail and all of those things. So that is why whenever you open Google Chrome, the first thing you see is Google. with the search engine. This is the search box where you type to search for whatever you want to search for. And on my window, this thing I'm moving around here is called window. That is Google. That is a window, right? That's a window. Google Chrome window. On my window, I have two tabs. This is the tab 1. A bit. My power went off. So we have, I hope it's not going to affect my internet. No. So we have two tabs. The first tab is called, that's where I did the search. What is the full name of R? Tab is empty tab. It has just my Google search and the Google icon and some other platforms I've visited. And then it has Gmail, images, and it has these 9 dots. That's where you can find the Google apps. If you can see my screen and you've seen all the places I show you, please give me thumbs up, please. If you noticed all the things I just showed you on Google, beautiful. Thank you for the reactions. Now, I am going to the Google apps. So click right here for Google apps. Once you do that, you will see a drop down of different apps that are accessible even with your free account. So the account I'm using here is not a free account. This is DataFied account. If you come here, you will find my, I don't want to show my email because when I do this, if I should show my email, when we upload this video to YouTube, YouTube will bring it down because they don't want anybody to expose PII. There is something called PII. PII means personal identifiable information. Personal identifiable information. And I think everybody should take note of that. PII. On YouTube, YouTube do not want anybody to show the public your personal identifiable information. And email address is an example of that information. So I don't want to open. I did that, but I had to quickly close it. Here, you will see that this is the account I'm sharing with you now. Is my official email for DataFied. So DataFied has a paid Google Workspace, but with your own email, it's going to be a free version. Or whatever we're doing here from the paid version, you can do it with your free version. That is how awesome Google is. That is how much Google has brought in accessible tools for businesses. So a lot of people do not know this. Even business owners, they don't know that they can use Google, their Gmail or Google, to solve so much of their businesses or business problem in terms of data collection and data storage. So back to the conversation. Here, you find accounts, admin, business, Gmail, maybe not admin in your case here because this is a paid account, Gmail, Drive, Gemini, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Calendar, Charts, Meet, Bits, and so on and so forth. But our interest for this training, we will be focusing on a few things here. We'll focus on forms for data collection. We'll focus on sheets for data storage. We use it as our data storage. Then we'll focus on Drive as our cloud storage. Then we'll also touch on Looker Studio. Looker Studio is not part of the list of the apps available here, but I'll show you how to access it. All right, I'll show us how to access Looker Studio very shortly. So, do you understand what I just said? If you do, please give me a reaction. Give me thumbs up. All right, beautiful. That's awesome. So now I will talk us through these Google Forms. Like I said, remember that in the data analytics process that we mentioned, we said the first step is what? Who will remind us of the first step? The first step is what? Raise your hand. I will call your name to unmute your mic. Yeah, Marvelous. Your hand went up first. Let me hear you, Marvelous. The first step is what?
Our first step is to ask question.
Beautiful. Can we give Marvelous a round of applause? That's actually correct. So the first step is to ask a question. The second step is collect data. Now we want to assume that we have asked our questions, or we have put the questions that we want to ask in place, right? That's the assumption. Now we want to collect data. So how do we collect data digitally? That's what we want to see. And that's what we make us focus on Google Forms. When you click on Google Apps, you click on Forms. I know that majority of us on this call maybe have used or created Google Form before, but don't let me assume. I know we have the data, but I just want to see your answers on this chart. If you have created a Google Form before, you have created from scratch before, say yes on the chart. If not, say no on the chart. Let me just do a quick random sampling. If you have, say yes. If not, say no. Macaulay, no. Gospa, yes. Francis, no. Daniel, no. Keep throwing your answer in. No, no, no. There are a lot of no's here. Good. Perfect. And then Ruth, no. No. Yes. FUPRE, NSE. No, yes, no. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much for the responses. So it means that a lot of us here, this will be the first time creating a Google form. That means you're going to learn a very important skill today. Again, like I said at the beginning, everything you'll be learning here, start thinking about where and how you'll be applying it in your studies and outside your study. Now, once you come to Google Forms, it brings you into this page. This is the Google Forms home or landing page. You have two sections. The first section is at the top. It says start a new form. The second section, it says recent forms. Under start a new form, you have blank form. This is when, if you want to create something, just form from scratch, blank, nothing is there. Or you want to create a form from a template. So these are top templates: event, feedback, order form, job application, time off request. There are more templates, and to see them, click on templates gallery. Once you click on templates gallery, it shows you the templates gallery and it breaks them into sections. We have the work section. Under work section, we have event feedback. We've seen this before: order form, job application, time off request, work request, current customer feedback. Then under personal templates, personal section or personal group, we have contact information, excuse me, find a time, RSVP, party invite, t-shirt sign up, event registration. Under education, we have exit ticket, assessment, worksheets, course evaluation, and so on. So these are the available templates that Google has installed for anyone using Google Forms. Okay, a quick one. I just want to confirm that everybody is following me. A quick one. So I'll call on somebody randomly. Okay, before I do that, if you're connected with your computer, that is, if you have joined this call with your computer, and you can easily share your screen for us to see, please type computer. Remember I said that you can connect it to the meeting with your phone and have your computer close to you, right? I said that before. But if you join this meeting with your computer and you can share your screen for us to see, please give me a thumbs up. I want somebody to share their screen, or just the computer on the screen. Okay. Yes, Ruth can do that. No, I think Ruth is connected. Ruth is on this call with her phone, right? And then her computer is there. So I noticed it because her camera is on and I can see that she's following us with everything we're doing. So who can share their screen? Who wants to volunteer? There might be a gift for that person. You never can tell. Who wants to volunteer to share their screen? I just want to ask a quick question. Anybody? Okay, Adetutu. Yeah, thank you very much. So please go ahead, share your screen, Adetutu. I'd have loved to see your face, but then I'll manage, because they said you could manage. So Adetutu, share your screen. Let me see. But unmute your mic so that we can hear your beautiful voice. Now, one English person will challenge me and they will attack me, say, who says voice, if someone's voice can be beautiful? That is your own. I speak, let's hear you.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, you see, you hear that voice? Good evening to you. Please share your screen.
Okay.
Make sure the screen you're sharing is not something that has any personal information or any private thing.
Okay, so if you don't mind, for today, I'm going to be using the Not Good app
Not
that you
good.
don't want.
That's okay, but you have a Google Chrome on your notebook, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Go ahead.
All right. Is everybody seeing my screen?
Yes, it's up.
So
Okay, so
Google.
yes, go to Google.
Yeah.
The
You know,
sharing my page. What I can see from my end is update complete. Next.
okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay. You see now. That's why we're in this class to learn, Abby.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Then I will do share this screen instead, right?
Exactly. Beautiful, beautiful. I can see now. Beautiful. So I would like you to, the way I navigated through the Chrome to.
Right? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, sure. And talk us through the steps.
The steps of what?
What's your, like I did now, as I was doing, I was telling you, I go to the Google Apps.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay. Welcome everybody to this class. My name is Adit.
Be my assistant teacher. Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you that are just joining this class, you're welcome. And if you are looking at my screen right now, this is a Google tab. This is what we are going to be using throughout these classes. But most importantly, we are going to be focusing on the forms, the sheets, and all. So not to take your time, we'll click on forms. You'll be able to find the forms by your icon, the 9 mini icons by your name, by your email address. So that's where you see the forms under the tabs. So under here, we have different types of forms that you can create. For those of you that have not created before, and for some of us that have created before, you can see I have something here. So, and there are some other samples. We have the contact information, we have RSVP, we have party time, we have t-shirt sign up, event registration, depending on what you want to do. And if you want a blank space whereby you want to generate the forms by yourself, like input it by yourself. Well, if there's a template, why do you want to go create for yourself? So anyways, that's it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Please let's give a round of applause. Yeah. So I love that question that you ended with. If there's a template, why don't you build more for yourself? No worry, you see reasons why you have to build some for yourself from scratch. Thank you very much. You're a fantastic teacher, by the way. So you can stop sharing your screen now. I believe we all understand what she said. Let me go ahead and share I'll present mine now. Thank you very much, Adetitu. Okay, present my screen. So I'll go back to the Google Forms. Yeah. I just showed you how to get to your Google Forms. Someone's hand is up. Is that a question? Like usually. Okay, so I just showed us how to get to that, but we have not clicked on anyone, right? Now, like I said, hey Janet, thank you for turning your camera. Good to see your face again. So like I said, there are templates I can create from blank. And then she asked the question, if there are templates, why do you have to create from blank? So let me tell us what the templates are. So anytime you hear the word templates in computer, any part of computer, it means an already designed or already existing file or design that you can adopt as your own. So we have, let's say you're planning an event and at the end of the event, you want to know people's feedback, or you want to get people's feedback about the event. You don't have to come create a form from scratch because you have a template for that. Event feedback. You can come here. For instance, after this training, we want to get your feedback for the training. The file can come here, go to the event feedback and click. So there are two types of clicks. You can do a left click. When you do a left click, it will open up and override what we have on this window. Every other thing is not showing. But I do not want to do this. I will click on the back arrow key here. So what I want to do instead is to have my template gallery still opened, but I would like to open my event feedback on a new tab. Am I making sense? So when I did a left click, so the left click is a normal click, just click. It opens up the event feedback template and it overrides whatever you have on that tab. But I do not want to do that. I want my template to still be there so that I will open it on a new tab. To do that, right click. Right away, I have mistakenly left click again. Let me go back again. So to do that, you have to do a right click. Once you do a right click, there's going to be a pop-up option. I know not everybody can see my pop-up option because I am not sharing my entire screen. So for that step to be taken, I will quickly share my entire screen and then I'll come back to sharing just a window so you can all see the step. Now, watch my screen. I'm going to right click. When I right click, you see a pop-up window that says open image in new tab. Is it an image I want to open, or I want to open a form? Let me see something again. Just hold on. Let me see if it's going to open an image. Anyway, this has opened an image. It's not the image I want to open, young man. I want to open my this thing is not allowing me to open the form in a new tab. Well, at this point, I'm not going to allow you to open this guy in a new tab, unfortunately. Yeah, I need to go ahead.
It's actually on the other part. You know that part you were clicking is the history. So when you go, you'll be able to do it. That's true. So if we come over to, let me go back here. Here, it's still giving the same. I think it's not. I think it's my device. No, where you were
Don't
before.
worry,
Sorry, I interrupted you. Where you were before.
Okay, here.
So yeah, that work. Go to work. Yes. Oh, yeah, right click.
It's the same thing, my dear. It's my system. I understand what's happening. So I don't want to. Yes, in your own case, it may work, but in my system, I know why it's doing this. So I don't want to waste time on it. Now, once you click on event feedback, it will open up the Google form. It is already designed for you. All you need to do is to change whatever write-up you want to change to your own, depending on what event feedback you want to collect. Okay, go through it, change the event feedback. If you don't want to call it event feedback, you can rename this. You can rename the description of the form. If these questions are not suited for your event, you can change it to your own type of question, and so on and so forth. But of course, that is what it is. But our focus is not to edit a template. Our focus is to create a form from scratch. So when we create a form from scratch, by the time we talk about the elements and the components of the forms that we'll be creating from scratch, then you will have enough knowledge to modify the part of any other form you see. Am I communicating? When we create a form from scratch, you understand the component of Google Form. Then you can easily come to a template, any template, and modify it. Is that okay? Okay, beautiful. So let's create a form from scratch. Now, to do that, I'll click on blank form. When I click on blank form, it opens up this form. You can see it is very blank, it's very empty, there's nothing there, just blank. Let me quickly introduce us to the various parts of this form. Please, let's pay attention. At this point, I'll take it a little bit slow, and I want everybody to listen. Please, if you miss me at any point, draw my attention, because before the next class, there's going to be an assignment for you. And the next class is tomorrow, right? So I'd like you to pay attention. Yes, so you're surprised. This is no joke, so this is hands-on training. It's not like we said earlier, it's not like all those training you go and you talk story, you not do anything. This one, you will do a project from start to finish. It is the people that complete the projects that will get certificates. If you like, join all the trainings and you not do the projects, you won't get certificates. That's just the truth, even if you pay for it. Of course, everybody must pay for it for the training shop. Let's continue. Now we have created a blank form, right? Let me introduce us to the various parts of this form. I will start from the top left corner. This part is called the title. This is the place you title. You give a title to your form. Right now, it says untitled form. Okay, untitled form. Now, the icon here. Can you see this icon? When you point your arrow to it, it says Forms Home. If you don't want to click on the back arrow key to go back to history, you can click on Forms Home. When you click on Forms Home, it will take you back to the home we came from. That home that we came from, it brought us back here. Can you see that? And now, because I have not created that form, I can't see that untitled form in because I have not saved it in my recent forms. Or by the way, I know Adetitu mentioned this. These are the recent forms that we've created. You can see the number of forms that the developer has created. We create forms like all the time. Most times we create forms. And you can see the forms by not owned by me, owned by me, by anyone. These are the forms that are owned by anyone. Then these are the forms that are owned by me. So these are the forms I have created. Okay, these are the event forms I opened multiple times. And these are other forms that I have created from my own account. And these are the forms that people in the Data organization have created. So because this is a workspace, again, this is a workspace. The Data is an online organization. We work remotely, and this is how we work. You know, all those physical offices where people will have cabinet and the rest. In the Data we have our workspaces that we work. You will learn more about that later. Let's get back to the Google form. So go back to our blank form. Now, that is this particular icon, Google Forms icon, will take you to the home. And this is on title page. Now, the star you see here is not here for decoration. Listen. So we are going to tell you the function of different parts of this, because that is how we teach in Data. We don't just teach you at the top surface. We tell you detail of everything you see. Okay? The star you see here is not for decoration. When you click on star, right, we'll have to save this form first. You can click on star to star the page. When you come to, I want to quickly digress a little bit. When you come to Google Drive, my network seems not to be very stable. I need someone to confirm they can still hear me, please, because my network is dragging. All right, thank you. I can see your reactions. So when you come to Google Drive, you will find Start. You see this section called Start. Okay, Start. Right now, I do not have any Start object, no Start files. Add stars to things that you want to easily find later. So anytime you see that star, and that star is not only on the form C, the star is also here on your browser. It helps you to bookmark a page. So let's say there is a web browser or there's a website that you visit regularly, and you don't want to always search for it. You can star that website by bookmarking it. That is what star means. I believe somebody has learned something new. I know you've been seeing this star everywhere before, but you don't know what it's used for. The star is used to save items you want to visit again. Something you find interesting, or something you visit regularly. We want to keep it. That's how to do, that's what the star is meant for. Okay, back. So I'm still on the title bar. The top bar is called the title bar. Here, when I point my arrow to it, you're going to see customize theme. I'll click on customize theme. When I click on customize theme, it shows me the theme pin by the right side. Can we all see that? If you can see the theme pin, please give me thumbs up. Beautiful. So it shows us the theme pin by the right side. Here, we have the text style. Right now, the header is Roboto. This header, everything here is Roboto. The question is Roboto. This is the font name is Roboto for the question. The text is Roboto. So everything is Roboto, Roboto, Roboto. If I want to change the font, I can change it to Pumpkins. That is the header. I can change it to Pumpkins black. You can see it's now dark. I'll call this demo form. Please watch, take note of something. Once I click on enter, I want everybody to keep an eye here. You can see it has already changed. Yes, Olubode, Mami, your hand is up. Ask a question. Emmanuel, ask a question or mute your mic. We can't hear you.
Sir, please, I wanted to ask if the class is recorded.
Yes, it's being recorded. Okay, so as you can see, immediately you put a title here, you give a header to your form, and you hit enter or you click elsewhere. It takes the same name automatically as the title of the form, and it is saved automatically with that name. As you can see, automatically it says all changes saved in Drive. And that is one beautiful thing about Google Forms. In fact, about Google Tools. Whatever work you do on those tools, be it Google Sheets, Google Slide, Google Doc, it is being saved automatically. So you don't have to be scared of losing your work. Is that okay, guys? Are we following? Does that make sense? Okay, beautiful. So now I've given it a name. And I chose Pumpkins and I did black. That's why you see it's this bold. This is where to change the font from. And don't forget, we have to click on this guy to open this thing. Now, from the sample we saw, from the thing, let me go back to the thing. I'll come back to this place. Or let me just do this. I don't want to close this. I'll go to my Google Space and open forms again from here. So I'll have my blank form by the left and then the Google Forms tab by the right. So let me open this again. Let me open this event feedback. Now, what do you notice here? There is an image that shows an event. Can you see the image? An image at the header. That place is called the banner. Banner, B-A-N-N-E-R. That is a Google Form banner. So there's an image at the banner of the Google Form. Now, how can we achieve this? And please take note of something. Whenever you are designing a Google Form for a business, for a company, or for yourself, let's say you want to design a Google Form to collect survey of people based on your project or whatever it is is always professional to customize it. Like the one you filled for this training, it was customized. Once you open the form, you already know what the form is all about. You will see the design at the top of the form. So that place is called the banner. Let me show us quickly how to add a banner to a Google Form to customize it to a particular taste. Now to do that, we are going to do that still under the theme. Under the theme, you come to choose image. Choose image. Once you click on choose image, it will show you the select header dialog box as seen on my screen. There are different themes that comes with Google Forms automatically. Work and school. When you scroll through these images, all of these are images that talks about work and school, anything about education and work. If you go to illustrations, these are images on illustrations. You can search for anyone for graduation or maybe wherever it is. If you are designing a form for birthday, click on birthday, you can choose any form. I love this. Let me pick this already. And once you select it, click on insert. As soon as you do that, the image will be added to your Google Form. So this is a GIF image showing you that, oh, someone is celebrating the birthday and so on and so forth. Do you understand? That's how to put an image there. Yes, please, Janet, your hand is up. Let me hear your question. Janet, your mic is muted, so we can't hear you if you're speaking.
Come again a bit.
Say again?
Can you go back a bit? Sorry.
Yes, please, I can go back. So somebody asked a question on a chat. Is there a way it could be done on phone? Yes, you can do it on phone, Edward. Once you go to, but for you to do it on phone, you would have to download Google Forms from Google Play Store. Go to the Google Play Store using an Android and download Google Forms. So you can do everything I'm doing here, you can do it from your phone. Okay, let me go back. Janet requested that we should go back. I will take out the header I did. Now we are here, right? So I want to add an image here. Don't forget, you have to click on customize theme, then to show this customized theme pin. If you want to edit the text style, the question font, text font, do all those. I'm going to leave that as is. My focus is on the header. So you click on choose image. When you click on choose image, it will show you select header dialog box that has different images that can be chosen from, and there are different categories. There's work and school, there's illustrations, there's birthday, there's food and dining, there's party, there's just kids, wedding, night out, and so on.
Sorry. How did we get to the header?
All right.
I'm using my laptop, so
No problem. I'll answer that question. So I understand why Janet is having that feedback is because she's using two devices to connect, and that's why we can hear an echo from our end. So Janet, please pay attention to my screen again. I'll do it again. Are you looking at my screen? Give me thumbs up if you're looking at my screen, Janet. Give me thumbs up. Don't unmute your mic. Just give me thumbs up. Okay. I assume Janet has given me thumbs up. Now, Janet, look at my screen. When you come here, you click on this customize theme. Click on customize theme. It gives you this dialog here. Scroll down to header and click this thing that says choose image. Just click on it. When you click on it, it will open the header dialog box. Select header. It will open up this. Janet, do you see that now? Not the header, I can see you. Okay, beautiful. So it opens this, and then there are different categories, like I said. But the one I used earlier is under birthday. And this is it here. I said I love this. Select. So there are different options you can pick from. I'll select this for birthday. And once you select, you click insert. As soon as you do that, the image will be added to your Google Forms. And you can easily close the theme, and you have your image, and it looks very beautiful. Does that make sense, guys? Do you understand? If you do, give me thumbs up. All right. My assignment against tomorrow. I want everybody on this call to create a blank Google form and design it like this. Just put any header of your choice. Before we meet again tomorrow, there are still a lot of things we'll talk about, but we'll stop here because it's already 3 minutes past the time we're supposed to end. Janet, your hand went up again. Do you have another question? Or is it the old hand? Okay, thank you. Yes, please, Emmanuel, go ahead. Your hand is up. Do you have a question for me?
Yes, sir. My question is this untitled form. I'm trying to use my laptop to edit it. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you clearly.
So the untitled form, I'm trying to put that demo form that you are putting. So anytime I'm putting that demo, try to, like when I delete the untitled form to type the demo, the demo will not will now come after the untitled form. I don't know why it's doing.
Okay, so this is what you do, Emmanuel. Just change this one, whatever you have here. That is what you call demo form. Once you change it, it will automatically appear here at the top. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Beautiful. All right, guys. So with this, we are going to wrap up today. And this is just what is that English word now again? Where are those English people? English has failed me, oh Jesus.
A tip of the iceberg.
A tip of the iceberg. You see, go to school, go to school. I said no. My father was saying, go to school this year, but I said no. He said, I want to go be playing PS2. No, I don't know anything. Come on to speak simple English. I cannot speak. So please forgive me. So this is the tip of the iceberg, right? We are going to see more and more and more and more from tomorrow. From tomorrow, we're going to learn a lot. Like I said, at the end of this training, you'll become a better person. And in fact, your mates, your classmates know that, oh, this person had actually learned a lot and is now a different person. So if you are yet to make your payments for this training, please do that before tomorrow, because this link will no longer function. We'll create a dedicated link that will be sent to everybody's email. If you like, copy the link and share it with your friend. They cannot join because we're not going to admit them. And it is just, I don't want to even call the amount because it's like a slap to our face, to the device face. This costs what, 150,000 naira. And we are giving it with just, and that's some people are thinking that, this is too good to be true. So it is true. It is true, guys. And of course, you have seen the little you have seen, and there is more to it. You've not started the data part of you. I mean, data angle, I see doing form creation. So thank you very much. And before I go, I'd like to just hear just one from one person. Maybe Ruth. Ruth, I see on this call. I pray me Ruth don't drop off. If you don't drop off, one kid don't go be that. Is Ruth here? Ruth. Okay, Ruth has gone. So the terms and condition I gave is that she must be here to the end of the call. Okay, don't mind me, I'm just joking. All right, Emmanuel, your hand is still up. This have another question. Let me, before I take Etim's question. Okay, Etim, please go ahead. Your hand is up. Let me.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Yes, sir. So my question is, how much is the payment for the training? I think it's something that we should know so that we know how to go about.
Are you from FUPRE?
Sir?
Are you from FUPRE?
No, sir.
Okay, so if you are from FUPRE, right? The school has subsidized drastically. I mean, not the school actually, the faculty. They have drastically subsidized the payments. So the people in FUPRE, they know how much they're paying. For people that's from NIVA, I have also me myself and I have subsidized your payments, and then you know how much I paid, right? So
does Galadima know the amount?
Yes, Galadima knows the amount, so Galadima will tell you. So
okay,
I don't want to disclose, because if I disclose the amount, and it's like, what is the worry is these people? Are these people giving this?
I'll have to.
So
okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
right.
you're welcome. Yeah. Olatunji, are you on the call? Why did you want to separate the funds in tabs? Is it because? Okay. So
I'm on the call.
Okay, so I would like to hear from you before we leave. Is it because you want to organize them? Yeah. So this Maro Jaswil is asking a very good question. Said, why did I want to separate the forms in tabs? Is it because I want to organize them? Yeah. So why I want to have the two tabs like this is because I want to refer to it. I'll come here, show you something, and then go back here. I don't want to overwrite the window. All right. That was the reason why I was trying to open it in a separate tab. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. It was a very nice time I had with you all. I believe you enjoyed this. Just send me your favorite emoji on how you feel. Oh, Ruth is still here. Oh. Ruth, I thought you've left the call. Oh. Please send me your favorite emoji about how this class went today, how the training went today, day one of this training. And please tell your friends, those who are not here, they're missing out. Of course, they've not missed out on today. They can get the recorded session. And trust me, if today's is like this, think about, imagine what tomorrow will look like, what next week will look like, and in fact, what the data visualization will look like when I hand over to Nixon. Nixon is also a very fantastic person who is when it comes to data visualization on Google Studio, is a wizard on it. So thank you guys. And to all my NIVA students on the call, I love you all. Thank you for joining. Please tell your colleagues, tell your classmates, don't gatekeep this information, share with them. Olatunji, Janet, do you want to say something before I hand over to the FUPRE president? All right, Olatunji, please. Okay, Janet, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you. Hey, coach.
Yeah, I didn't even hear you now. You used to take over the whole talk. So you're laughing at me because I don't know how to speak English. And because we forgive you, Janet. Olatunji, please, over to you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Mr. Namde. I know that we have done justice to this section, and we are looking forward to a very robust section tomorrow again. And for those of our students that joined the call, thank you. And other students that join, make sure that FUPRE is first in Africa and sixth in the world, and that's why you can be enjoying this kind of platform that FUPRE is providing for nationwide students now. The platform of data science. We sincerely appreciate the company generosity and accommodation. Thank you very much. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, same time but different station. Remember, this link will no longer function for tomorrow. It's only those that are paid will have access from tomorrow going forward. But same time, 6 p.m. we'll meet again. Don't forget my assignment for those of you that will be joining tomorrow. Please make sure you've completed your form up to where we have it today. Have a wonderful night rest. Goodbye. I can see Francis' hand. And Francis, do you have a question? Is that